they can hear me, and now they should be able to hear you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our little Homebrew 5e campaign. I'm Nightsfall, and if you are checking your calendars right now, don't bother. It is not Thursday night yet. We have changed our schedule to be running every other Sunday night. Now, I may be streaming a different game on the off Sunday nights, a more high-level campaign, but I still have to discuss that with my players. For that other game, with us tonight, we're going to go in order as I see them on my Discord screen, and you should see them too. We have our Wizard Cat Dragon, who is playing our Wizard Cat Dragon, a Tabaxi sorcerer, dragon heritage, and now a wizard multi-class. So, interesting combination. We'll see how that works out for him. And he seems to be a magnet for all things with teeth.
Yeah.
And he was a little worried because he made a backup character over last session. I don't know why. I mean, it was a cakewalk. Next, we have our autistic gamer, Sean, who does awesome editing and videos on YouTube. Everybody needs to go subscribe to his YouTube channel right now. He is playing a homebrew race created by me of a Minotaur of Jesradin, the world that we are playing in. A cleric of life who worships... Go ahead, Sean. Who worships...
Morndeer.
There you go. The god of creation. And he has been desperately trying to keep this party alive. Next, we have our local artist that, again, I am not working to the bone yet. Jay in Demand, who is playing Sizen, the gnome blade singer wizard, who seems to be looking over her shoulder a lot lately. And last but not least, we have our dynamic duo here. We have Damien the DM and returning Shadowpink. Damien the DM is playing Elkson, the white dragonborn ranger. And Shadowpink is playing Mia, the elven paladin of vengeance. Not with us tonight is Exo Brit because it is Mother's Day and she is a mom, so it's kind of her day. We gave her the day off. I mean, can't blame it. She is playing Ath, or Aurora the Hunted, a half-orc barbarian. Now, for roleplay purposes, Ath will be there and I will be roleplaying her. However, she is going to be more in the background right now because there is a specific RP moment that I do not want to take away from Brit.
Basically, she gets to live for free today. Because it's Mother's Day.
Don't forget their Shadowpink. I helped her build her barbarian character.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And you remember my barbarian. So.
Yes, that's dangerous.
So, when we last left off, our heroes had traveled to Ruxcroll, trying to get information on a little petty gnome constable. But that kind of went off to the wayside because Sizen saw some familiar people, some very close people to her past, and Sizen has bolted and is feeling a little pressure right now. Then they collected their money that they earned from actually saving the town of Cruxel from the Knoll attack. When they collected their money, they started counting off the hundreds of crown, i.e. gold, in the middle of the tavern. Our sorcerer decided, it's like, hey, we probably should do this in private. But as they were walking up to their rooms, they got bumped into by a lot of juveniles, a lot of kids. And lo and behold, their coin was gone. After racing through and dealing with an angsty preteen who just was not very flexible in his thinking, they ended up chasing another, even, like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, I believe it was,
Oh my god.
through the streets and drove him into the dangerous sewers. Johnny, our street urchin, about 12 years old, went fearful because all of his kids that he's looking after know not to go into the sewers because nobody returns. Upon going to the sewers to try to save uh, this little orphan, our party was beset by 2 gelatinous cubes and then 1 very mean Otyug. The party met success on a certain level with these fights, and they did see signs of a familiar thieves' guild down in the sewers. After rescuing the child, having the opportunity to actually run away, Johnny did return most of the money back. When questioned, Johnny mentioned that they did already spend some money getting medicine for Granny May. Granny May, he did say, is a widow herself, having lost her children and her husband to the Scarlet Touch. The Scarlet Touch is a plague that rampaged through this portion of the world a few years ago. And she spends all of her money that she earns as a roper, which is someone who fixes and creates nets, um, to take care of these children, all these orphans. Well, this one new alchemist has set up shop and is charging an exorbitant amount for medicine that would help Granny May. The party went over to see if they can negotiate a fair price, and they are met with a familiar face in the window. That individual would be Strageth. Make sure I get the right NPC and the right campaign, because I have a lot of different campaigns. Strageth Lowtalon, who was a alchemist in the other port city of Stame, and was cheating people out of their money on cards and might have been doing a little bit of dealing of illicit substances. Seems like he's
extorting children.
Yes. Seems like he's moved his area, and unfortunately the party decided to go to where he was. Additionally, they just saw a flash of blonde hair, and lo and behold, a former party member is standing right next to them, having just gotten to Ruxcroll after completing a mission with her mentor, and then having to escort ambassadors from the Silver City of Valset to Ruxcroll so they can depart. Mia has been walking around the streets looking for a tavern for a place to stay before she decides what's next on her adventure, when she sees, lo and behold, the people that she helped stop a cult with. So on that note...
In one city.
In Stame, yes.
I think help stop the cult is a little generous.
Yeah. Are my scales still discolored?
I would say
for 10 minutes.
Right, I would say 10 minutes has passed, so you're back to your normal white sheen.
Yay.
How much of my fur is gone?
Well, until you get full healing, you have your forearm is showing scale, your right forearm.
You're now just Wizard Dragon.
Yeah. I've been demoted.
So let's put it on a little mute music here. And let's continue our story. So, you guys are outside of this shop. You see Mia there. Ath is there.
Notice them, or did they notice me first?
I would say Elkson notices you, or the party notices you first because they did roll a high perception roll. But you'll notice them at the same time. Ath is going to be like, I need to rest.
I know, I wasn't looking
Alright,
forward
Ath.
to seeing her.
We'll meet you
either.
back at the inn.
All right.
Just teasing.
So, what are y'all doing?
I mean, you can help us deal with this asshole again.
Oh,
Again?
hello. How have y'all been? It's been so long.
It has, and yet we meet when it comes to the same scumbag. And then at
Wait.
that point, Elkson just marches in.
Elkson, wait. Hi, Suzanne.
dear.
Don't mind her, she's just in a bit of a tiffy.
So,
And I
You
have
guys
to
know
shit
this person?
following me.
Ah, yes. Handir, this is Mia. Mia?
Oh,
This is Handir.
Hundir did meet Mia, but I think Hundir was asking about the shopkeep.
Yes, the shopkeep.
My apologies. Yes, the shopkeep. He's a rather cumbersome fellow named Stregoth.
How does
He's a piece of shit.
What was that, Damien?
he respond when I go in?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Me?
We'll definitely get to that.
oh, Suzanne.
Yes.
What seems to be the issue here? Do y'all need assistance?
You
We
do.
wouldn't turn.
You do see a 12-year-old boy, kind of scrawny, definitely malnourished. Clothes are patched, worked together, like kind of standing behind Hundir.
Follow me to the shop.
Hundir,
Well,
I
we
see you
wouldn't-
still with the party.
We wouldn't turn down your assistance. Long story short, this little boy is a thief, and
Hey,
all right,
He
He's a
was
thief.
doing it for the right reasons. It's just that he stole from the wrong person.
So he's a thief with a heart of gold. The point.
I mean, I
is-
got away with it. Was it the wrong
For
person?
only a
You're
few. To be fair, for a few seconds, you got away with it.
I would, if it wasn't for the meddling of Elkson, you would not have gotten away with it. Just putting that out there. But
Uh huh.
this boy is being overcharged for medicine that is much needed, and we're gonna have a word with the proprietor.
And pause on the
Okay.
outside real quick. On the inside, Elkson, you go in. And normally Elkson is
Remember me?
this cheery, person. How are you feeling right now after a hard-fought battle and obvious injustice?
Extremely irritated. Elkson is pissed off at Suzanne and Nyaugi for their greediness. Elkson is pissed off at this guy that she let go that is now extorting children. she's very upset.
You see, he's helping these people, and as soon as you walk in, you see the bell rings at the door. He looks up, and he does a double take, and then his eyes go wide. We're closed. We're closed. We're
I'm
closed.
having a conversation and I'm walking up to him.
Can I help you? Everything here is legal. As he looks over to his other customers, and they have eyebrows get raised. It's nothing. Come back tomorrow.
But you went from hustling people in a tavern to extorting children for an exorbitant amount.
No, that's an oversimplification. I was playing cards and I had a nice luck streak. Come back tomorrow and I will help you.
You were playing dice and they were weighted. Let's not change the facts.
That was a long time ago. Please,
It was like a week ago.
I'm trying to. Please come back tomorrow, and I will definitely get the stock in. Thank you.
She's crossing her arms.
He looks defeated. Pause real quick.
Like full disappointed mom look.
Pause real quick on the inside. On the outside, what are you guys doing now?
I'm counting gold.
I'm gonna follow Elkson. I'm gonna see what's going on the inside.
All right.
Does anyone have any healing? I'm beat like shit, honestly.
I think I have a healing potion. Let me check my inventory.
Johnny.
A healing cantrip or something.
No,
Do I
there
hear
are
that as I'm walking inside.
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
Oh, poor soul. Yes. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure on Hands.
Or lay on hands?
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Okay.
I got both of them mixed up. Cure wounds.
Okay.
Cure on hands.
And
Well,
lay
Cure on
wounds.
hands. Okay,
Cure someone's
wounds.
hands of disease.
God.
I think they should name
sanitizer.
lay on hands as sit on hands, so you sit on your hand. I don't know. That was stupid.
Sit on your hands and give him fire damage for your next melee attack.
All right, where's my D8s?
So
You gain 5 HP.
some of the hair starts to grow back on your forearm. You have a little peach fuzz there.
Oh dear.
All right, so Mia, after that, you head inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Zen, are you counting money out in the open in the street here?
Yes, but only my share.
Okay.
So I count 78 coins and then I put them in my bag and then I put the other bag to the side.
Roll me a perception check for me.
So I get advantage because I'm greedy?
No.
I want to say it's a 10, but give me just a sec to make sure.
Okay. Well, 10, it's not that hard because being who you are, you see Johnny take his eyes instantly taking note of everywhere the money is. It's like, it's not like he's trying, but it's a habit.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make my eyes look like they like electric for a second, and I'm like,
He just
and that's it for all I'm doing.
okay. Mia, you go in and you see the same individual at the Leaky Cauldron that you met at Stame, who was definitely cheating people with loaded dice, and
we're
definitely
at the point of the conversation where
Elkson is
Disappointing momming.
Disappointing mom.
so.
I look over to the situation and I'm like, wait a second. I know you. Didn't I turn you into the guards?
Yes, and I paid my fine, and I've moved down here to start anew.
Now
So
you're extorting
Children.
children.
I am doing no such thing.
I gave you a chance.
We know the boys that are being taken care of by Granny May.
Oh,
We know
those
how much
kids.
you're charging for your medicine.
Well, yes, it's expensive medicine.
Can I roll an insight?
Yes. Say again.
17.
17. He is not telling a bold-faced lie, but he is definitely, you get the feeling he's marked it up a little bit. I have to turn a profit, don't I? I mean, I'm a respected businessman now, as he straightens out his greasy robes.
Listen, where do you get this product from?
Well, it requires a certain herb that comes from the city of Valset, as well as some herbs in the forest that I have to go get myself because I don't have any workmen to do that.
How about simple solution? You employ some of the kids, teach them about the herb and where to get it. Then you can lower their price for their medicine.
It's not a bad idea. They can work off their debt in for the herb for free labor. That's not actually a bad idea. Okay, I can do that. Has a smile on his face. Instantly distrusting.
I'm gonna go to the door to wave to the boys to get them to come in.
Johnny will come. Johnny's the only one who came with you.
Yeah. I'll bring up what the suggestion that I made.
I know a few people who's okay with going out into the woods. But we need money, not just paying off debt. Well, you're going to have to pay off debt, and that's going to take at least 2 years for my knowledge of teaching you and all that, and for the medicine. So we'll hash out the details.
2 years from these young kids' lives.
Well, knowledge is not free, is it?
Take that long to learn of this plant.
Roll an intimidation. With advantage.
Is a 16.
Fine, I will pay them 3 silver a day for their work. Johnny- Johnny's like, okay, I'll send some people, but I need some medicine now. He looks over to Elkson and Mia. Fine. See him go behind the counter, starts mixing a couple of vials, puts a stopper on one,
For the both of you.
and then hands it over to Johnny.
You, pointing to Johnny.
Yes?
You have a reasonable way to gain some money as well as get your medicine. I don't want you to be going around thieving from people or teaching any of your other kids how to thieve from people.
Yep, 1 second, guys, sorry.
Lovely weather we're having. This is
Mother's
delightful.
scolding like,
I suppose so. Could be better, but it also could have been worse.
It's
Does it
actually
hit?
for my taste.
Do you think you could clean me up? I actually look like and smell like shit.
Oh, absolutely. I'll do prestidigitation
Thank you.
3 times because it was a really bad smell.
Much appreciated.
And then I'll do prestidigitation on Han beer as well.
The smell
you.
is definitely gone, and I apologize for that. I had to help my niece out with the Wi-Fi. So, Johnny, okay, fine. But only as long as Granny Mae doesn't need anything.
you know how to write?
No. Well, no use in it. I can't read.
Stuff how to read. And I can be a little bit of a pen pal. Maybe send you something if you need something.
Okay.
And I look over to the shopkeep. Please, don't make us come back here again.
I
Please.
didn't. I'm being legal right now.
Sure. Should we investigate all your wares and goods?
No, that's fine. I'll be good. It's all good. He seems anxious to get you out of the store.
Like I said, don't make us come back here again. And I leave the store.
Alrighty.
You two be good to each other. You're having to work for each other now. And then Elkson will exit.
So how'd it go?
Well, the boys got a job and their medicine.
That's good.
Huzzah.
Well,
Well,
Johnny will mention, I need to go back to Granny Mae.
Good.
Okay.
Sorry, Johnny.
Yep. He's looking to see if he is given permission to leave, or if you guys are going to follow, or what.
Gesture. Like, go ahead.
Oh, Cezanne, could you hand me some coin real fast?
I hand you the bag that doesn't contain my 78 gold.
Okay. I'm just gonna pull 10 out, 10 crown. Like, Johnny, come here for a second.
Yes?
down on one knee and just hand him the coin.
His eyes go wide.
I know it's not much, but I'm sorry.
It's a lot. This will feed us for a year.
Use it sparingly. And
I will.
I know your heart is in the right place.
I will. I knew you'd be a good one. All tabaxi are. That's what Granny May's a tabaxi. And he starts running off.
You got the biggest smile on your face I've seen in a while, Meowgie.
I
Close
think I
makes
may.
up for the amount of danger you put us all in.
I got us our coin back. Isn't that right?
And you. Uxin puts a very angry finger at Zen as she walks up to her.
Although she's clearly like 3 times my size, I am squaring up like I am not afraid.
She's like full like crouching over like like mom looming over a child like this is Uxin mom mode right now. The whole start of the session, mom mode. You need to learn that people matter more than money. Chasing after this almost got us innocent children killed, and they wouldn't have been able to give their sick grandmother their medicine.
Listen
Your
here,
greed
Dragonborn.
almost ended most of us.
I don't know how they do things in the mountain. I'm sure you have a communal living space where everybody is all Twitter and doves and la-di-da-di-da.
I'm alive because someone purchased my mother out of slavery and set her free. I am only alive because someone put aside greed and money for the sake of another being.
Really? And how do you suppose that the slave trader had been paid? Through good intent? No, it was crown. Crown makes the
Willing
world go
to be
round.
sacrificed in exchange for a life.
I can't sacrifice crown until I get some, dear.
I would like Suzen to roll a deception check,
Oh.
and I would like Elkson to roll a sense motive check, please.
What is that under?
That's an insight.
Insight, sorry. That's old 3rd edition.
That was good. That was good,
15.
Joey. I'll give you that.
15, and Suzen?
What am I doing? Deception?
Deception. You are trying to hide your stress right now.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. Suzen, or Elkson, you notice Suzen is constantly looking behind her back as she's talking to you. She seems, and correct me if I'm wrong, Suzen, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, okay?
Mhm.
She seems worried and stressed about something. Like she can't keep her feet still. She's rubbing her hands. She's looking back and forth. Almost like a junkie who needs to get a fix. And instantly your mind goes, well, she just got her fix. She got her gold. But no, that's not it. Something's going on. Is that accurate enough, Suzanne?
Yeah, I'm also wondering how much longer I have to entertain this conversation before I could bring up the fact that I want to leave town.
So, please continue.
It seems like you two are still at each other's wits' end.
I am the one who only escaped slavery through other people's generosity, and yet you look as though you have someone coming after you. You look as though you're always looking over your shoulder. Is that why you want money? You owe somebody something?
I don't owe anybody a dime, but I need money to keep on the move.
Why? If you're not being sought after, then why?
You're getting a distinct feeling that you're talking outside right now, Suzanne.
I was just about to say, I'm like, can we perhaps have this conversation somewhere else?
Let's head back to the inn. At's waiting for us there.
For no particular reason, I'm just going to go ahead and have a peek before we move on, and then I'm going to go and just peek around the corner and make sure nobody's there.
Roll a perception check. With disadvantage.
Well, I don't think I can get a much more of a disadvantage than a 1.
Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Looks clear to me.
You guys travel back to the Surf's Respite. Mia, are you joining?
I don't have much else to do as of now. Do you mind if I follow you along for the time being? I look over to the whole crew.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
The more the merrier.
I suppose you. I suppose if Morndir is willing, then yes.
I don't have a problem with you coming along, but if you could do me a favor, Mia, if you happen to notice any elves with perhaps unique shaggy haircuts, do let me know.
Neat, shaggy.
So you
hair.
are being sought after.
Again, I'll be more than happy to go over all of this with you, but perhaps not here in the
I
middle of the
presume we're
courtyard.
walking as we're.
Yes.
Should I go circle around town again? Is that what you want me
No.
to do?
Meowki,
No.
you are injured. You need rest.
I'm beat like shit. I smelled like shit previously, so
None of us are in any condition to be doing any kind of reconnaissance, so no, I appreciate it, but let's head back.
And speaking of talks, Elkson, you and I need to have one.
So you guys end up heading back
Cute.
to the Surf's Respite. Still on the stage is the bard Clovis Roseshire. And again, I will read his description for Mia, who has not heard this. Mia, in Foundry, if you go under the Journal tab and you go under Rukrill, you will see the image for the bard. And as he's singing, and you see that he's playing a viola, his honey lace verses seem to be spoken directly at you. His deep purple eyes lock onto yours, and you can swear that all of your life is laid bare to his sight. A quick half smile directed at you puts you at ease, as you can swear that he is telling you that he knows you and is intrigued. There's little doubt that this man receives plenty of attention, especially from the crowd of women around his stage. So the question springs to your mind is that what does he see in you that warrants this attention and veiled affection? So, you guys head to the inn. You get a little bit of a stink eye from the tavern keep, as the door was previously damaged.
I do this.
So where exactly is Clovis?
Clovis is on the stage inside the inn.
Inside the inn. Got
Correct.
it.
Do you guys...
And Hawthorne's still the only one that knows what's up with him, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Do you guys get a table? There are a couple empty tables here. Or do you guys go up to your shared
Following
room?
Susan.
I'm gonna motion everybody to come up to the room.
I look over.
Let's go there for a bit. So that we can count out the coin without being
As we're going
Well,
to
forced
the room,
into a sewer
over
again.
Elkson,
Hmm?
do you know who that bard is that was playing on the stage?
No, should I?
Hondir, you do hear this conversation.
Oh,
The bard?
Just,
What about
just
him?
curious. Maybe we should relax for the evening and check out the performance after we're done here with this conversation.
After this little talk, sure.
We'll discuss our business stuff first. And then I'll bring up stuff about the bard since you seem so interested.
Do you know, Hondir, about this bard?
There's something I feel like I know, but that's neither here or there.
Okay, we could carry on later. No worries.
So you guys make it up to your room. It is a sparse room. It has enough beds for all of you, but it's definitely well-used beds. Maybe they've cleaned the linens in the last month. What draws people here is the ale and the food and the performance. Shutting the door, there's nobody else in this room.
I don't have any kind of like detect magic or anything like that.
Really?
Hold on. I could very well be lying. Let me check. Well, I've used all my spells, so even if I do, I can't cast anything.
Cast it as a
Actually,
ritual.
I could do it as a ritual. Yes, I'm going to cast detect magic as a ritual. I'm
Okay.
just going to hold up a finger to Elton, like, bear with me just a moment.
All right.
Miyagi's just going to be watching, just
Let's see her
taking
do a
note
small
of what
puff.
she's doing.
You see a slight glow come from a pouch of Elkson's. And focusing on it, it has the Conjuration School.
That's interesting.
Dog, right? Pull out the dog statue.
Yep, that's the dog statue.
Oh, that, yeah. I was already aware of that.
Yeah.
No glowing orbs or anything of that nature.
Not
the
the
other thing
use.
I have, the other thing I have that I got from Pretty Lady, would that glow?
That would glow. There is a stone. You have not attuned to it. There's a stone that she's carrying that is also glowing. But you can't quite pick out
Quick
the
question,
school.
just for the DM.
Mhm.
Because Susan has detect magic up, are any of the red robes that I picked up back from Stame, do they
Nothing.
indicate any? Gotcha. Okay.
Well, we're not here to discover secrets. We're here to talk. So I won't ask about that stone in your bag.
Miyagi, don't you still have the coin bag? Why don't you count on everyone's share?
So, is there a table in the room?
Yes.
Okay,
So
I'm going to
there
set it
is-
down.
There's
And-
398 gold, minus the 78 that I took out, minus the 10 that Miyagi gave. And how many did the kid take?
5.
So that's 297 divided among the four of you. So that is 74 crown and then 0.25. I guess that would be silver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shouldn't we divvy it up by 5 for math?
I included F.
Yes.
One. Oh,
Mia,
yeah.
Mia.
Four.
I mean, if you want to give Mia free money, I mean,
Mia. It's like,
Oh, no worries. That's just between all of you.
so, how much was it again?
74 crown and then 25 whatever silver is. I think moon.
Moon.
So I'm going to
Wait.
slam my big green book on the table. Did we ever come up with a name for this book?
No, I did. You don't know it.
Okay. So, you may have heard in passing that I am from the Silver City of the Sept. Now, you may not know what that is, but it is a very prestigious wizarding city. I feel like DM wanted to say something.
No, this is all you.
So anyway,
Got like arms crossed, is waiting expectantly.
I was a student at the Silver City and was probably, without any type of bragging, one of the most promising students that they'd ever come across. There was just
Saying done.
one tiny issue that kept arising. I'm not an elf. Now, I'm sure I don't have to explain to you all, being Minotaur, Dragonborn, and Tabaxi, just how narrow-minded some people can be when it comes to race.
Recently.
Now, you think the humans of the duchy are bad. Just imagine how arrogant a city full of magical elves can be.
Nice.
So, it became clear to me that I was never going to get a fair shake in this city. I was tormented daily for being a lower race, despite the fact that technically, I'm a noble. Hence my incredible fashion sense, and the fact that my hair doesn't have a single split end.
You see
But
a
I
split
did
end.
It's vegetation.
There you go. That'll fix it.
No split ends. It's a thing among the elves. So I decided
Alex-
that
Who has no hair is just like, what is a split end?
yes, I'm aware. I'm sure the Minotaur can
Are
tell
you
you what the
talking
split
about
end is.
buttocks?
What?
So anyway, it became clear that if I ever wanted to get under the thumb of Silver City, I had to flee. But you don't exactly just walk away from the Silver City. So I had to sneak away in the dead of night. But since I was already throwing away a promising magical career anyway, I decided to take a little memento. Now, I don't know the full history of this book, but there's some very powerful spells in it. And ever since I've taken it, they've wanted it back.
It was their property. You're a thief.
I'm not a thief, I'm a student. And a student needs reading material. I must learn somehow.
I
Did not
agree
have
with
permission.
Susan. She did it in the pursuit of knowledge. I see no problem with it. I mean, I took this one, and I'm gonna pull out mine. It's the same thing.
Stole yours too?
Technically, we killed the people and took it. So,
And I didn't kill anybody.
that's
More
the
or
difference.
less.
Killed a lot of people.
Well, no one in pursuit of this book.
Why do they want that book back so badly, though?
Good
Can't you get a
question.
different book?
Well, I can't bloody well go back to the island and just request a different book. Besides,
That
I feel
one.
I
Surely
feel like
there
I
are
was.
some-
Hmm?
We got that one pointing at the one that Miyagi's holding. Surely there are other books outside of that city you can obtain.
So here's the thing. I know, and I don't mean this to sound condescending in the least, but I know you're not magically inclined outside of the little spark show you do with your scales. When you come across an artifact, such as this one, even under the most dubious of circumstances, you don't just give it up, no matter how morally gray it may be. There's a vast world of knowledge in this tome that otherwise would sit in the dusty library of some arrogant elf, never to be seen again. I intend to unlock the secrets of this tome and become the greatest wizard this world has ever seen.
Sure that
Mm.
this specific one can have that happen for you.
I'm sorry?
What makes you so sure that this specific book can have that happen for you? Why this book?
And a quick pause, real quick. Joey,
Yes.
just to remind you of your background a little bit,
Mhm.
do you need me to remind you, or do you got it?
I feel like I've got it. I'm purposely leaving out some of the other stuff.
Okay, and you know the
Um,
owner of the book and all that.
That I'm not 100% sure on.
The owner was the teacher who allowed all of the hazing and all that. Remember, there was an elven teacher, not the headmaster, but a teacher who allowed the hazing and seemed to give good marks on the girls who were hazing you, and you took her book.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of forgot about that little detail.
It just might change the conversation a little bit.
A little bit.
So, please continue.
How do I put this diplomatically? I would sooner slit my throat and die than return this tome.
Makes it so special. Why is that a hard question to answer?
What question?
She's using it. So
And she could use any other book just as well. So why die over this
I'm
book unless
going
there's
to-
something to it?
is there a random
Well,
book in the room?
Elton,
Is there a random book in the room?
No. This wouldn't be the
Well,
place that I would
Elton.
have a book.
perhaps that lays to the mystery why that they want this book specifically back.
Why they want
Means
this book
you should
specifically?
know. You said that you were so adamant about keeping this book, yet you claim you don't know why they're seeking this book. One of those things is a lie.
Well, anyway. All right. If we're gonna be all needing to know the full story, when I left with. I decided to go out with a bang. You see, there's this one particular professor who turned a blind eye to my suffering, and it hardly seemed fair that those who tortured me so should go unpunished. So I casted a certain incantation. There may or may not have been vomiting frogs among the alumni. And I may have taken the professor's most prized possession and left a note that said, ha ha ha. But that's it, I promise. That's the full story.
Did it actually say ha ha ha?
It was enchanted, so it wasn't so much say ha 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 as much
Oh.
as reverberate ha ha ha, you hack wizard bitch. But that is it, I promise.
I like that touch. I like that touch.
Well, why that person-specific book?
Because she tormented me so.
So you thought a good way of getting payback was to steal something of hers, then?
Absolutely. Why should she have all that knowledge when she can't take a step back and realize that there's more to this world than just bloody elves?
Perhaps to her, it's more than just that. If you're not quite sure what the book inside actually means, maybe she does. That's why she wants that book so badly.
Dear, you're very
It's
noble.
it's just a speculation, Zen. That's all I'm speculating.
I get that. I get that you guys are of the moral persuasion that one should always do the right thing, and I respect that. Truly, I do. But when it comes to this book, it is mine, and I will not return it.
How long have you been on the run exactly, then?
So what's
About a month.
so? Who would you return this book to?
Well, I mean, if I had to return it, it would go back to the professor.
Is the professor the one hunting you down, or do you think the professor sent people
I
to
would
hunt you
imagine
down?
her. Huh?
The people that you saw were the classmates who tormented you, and then 2 additional people that you do not recognize.
So there were some people in that little raiding party that you saw earlier with the Goliath that I don't recognize. But the 3 elf girls are definitely the ones pursuing me. They're the ones that have spent the past years tormenting me because I'm not an elf.
I think it's safe to say because they have hired muscle, now they're scared of you.
Dumb question. Why don't you just copy it?
Means that book is dangerous.
So
Bless you.
here's the thing about copying the book. I have to my name 103 gold. Crown. And just the basic spells alone, the materials I need would cost upwards of platinum. Or what's platinum?
Dutchy. Dutch.
Duchy. And since we're determined to give away all of our hard-earned crown to every sob story we come across, it'll take me years to accumulate the wealth required to copy the book.
Well, you could just hand me the book. I mean, they're looking for the book and you, but I mean, if you hand it to me and just say you lost that one, that could fix it. I mean, granted, they'd probably take you back, but...
Yeah, I'd prefer not to be taken.
Well, wait, weren't you saying that, Miyagi, weren't you saying about something about a boat opportunity?
Oh, yes. So, there is a boat opportunity. Actually, it was when I was waltzing around town disguised as you, Susan. But they would actually pay much more money for you. I'm going to point towards Hondia. They seem very keen on having Minotaur help. Don't know why, but...
Ah, that. Well, Suzanne, if you're keen on getting out of here, then there's an option for you.
Where did this
And-
boat captain say they were going?
Can we take my horse?
And if I were to speculate to you, Miyagi, why they would want me, us Minotaur are quite good as sailors.
Miyagi, you did notice that the Sapphire Cathedral is a very large transport boat. You're give me an intelligence check.
Alrighty. Intelligence.
Does Miyagi mention it's the Sapphire Cathedral? And if he does, can I roll to see if I know anything about it?
He has not mentioned that yet.
It's a 7.
A 7. Yeah, the horse should be able to fit.
Yeah. The ship is, I think it was called Sapphire Cathedral?
You may roll an intelligence check.
I think it could fit the horse.
Yes.
That's a natural
You
one.
must
Really
understand.
too, though.
A natural 1, Joey?
Yep.
Bam, bam, bam,
You-
bam, bam.
Joey, you are lucky this is not a punishment stream.
I know. It's like one of the night. One more and I'm throwing this out.
My world's chocolate bar.
So, but yes, being someone from an island, Miyagi, we do know our way around the seas, and we can always locate the true north in our eyes.
Which way's north? In this room, point to it.
That's up to the DM. Am I allowed to do that, or do I need to roll for
You
that?
know exactly where it is. You were just outside.
We were just outside. It's that way.
That is amazing.
None of you know if that's true or not.
Yeah, no, I'm taking it on his word. I
I'm
believe
totally
him.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's impressive. So, do we want to get on a boat? I can't be much help during with water.
I mean, Cezanne's biggest concerns are money and leaving. I feel like this can solve both of them.
I, for once, feel like the Minotaur's preaching the truth.
Oh, and did I mention we get paid for it?
I'm already like salivating.
As long as it's Thunderbolt, I'm fine with it. I have a horse.
You do now.
Why don't you go talk details with them, with the rest of the party, Miyagi? I need to have a talk with Elkson about their actions in the sewers.
That sounds like a lecture, so I will go with Miyagi.
I need to know about Thunderbolt.
Okay.
We'll check on your horse for you. Bye.
Actually, hold up. Before that happens, Suzanne, I think you should stay here. If there are people looking for you, I think it's best if you stay here.
Kind of disappointed, but I'm like, perhaps you're right.
Can you make sure that to ask the ship about my horse when you go with
Should they?
Miyagi? Thank you.
Just who's all coming?
So
Just by chance.
I.
Why don't you take your friend Mia with you? You two can catch up.
Oh yes, dear fun.
Yes,
Let's go.
Miyagi. That should be fun.
Okay. I will put a pause on you guys going down. Damn you, Josh.
Big brain.
Handir and Elkson and Cezanne, please continue.
Elkson, I get you want to be a hero, but my child, you just dove into a gelatinous cube that could have eaten you alive. What were you thinking?
Immune to it first.
Just because you're immune to something then doesn't mean you're going to be immune to it forever. I get you want to
That's
save
simple.
people. I get that. But by Morndir's sake, if you just throw away your life every single time, one of those times you're going to get unlucky. Your life chain will break. Do you not get that?
Honey, all of us are going to die at some point. I'm just trying to do
Exactly.
as much good as
And
I
you
can
say you
while
want to
I'm
be a
here.
hero, right? Your path is being forged. But if it's all for nothing, how will you know if it's truly done?
Saving
How do
someone
you
isn't
know
for
when you're a
nothing.
hero? How will you know, huh? Explain that to me. You were
Doesn't
saying this
matter
on
if I
a...
know because I'll be dead.
It does matter. Because if that's not good enough, you're not going to end up in a good place.
All right, pause on
Enough
that.
time.
Pause on that conversation. Miyagi, Mia, you guys walk downstairs. Instantly, you see the bard is no longer there. His set has concluded. and
Oh, the conversation took too long.
and you see, at this point in time, the door opens, and a rowdy group of people start coming in. One of them is a female with long black hair, with a rapier to her side on her left hip, and on her right hip, a tankard. Um, has a Asian lineage to her looks, and one familiar face, Meowgi. This would be Silas Weatherstorm, and if you look in the NPCs in the boat crew, I'm asking you not to look at all of them yet, but you may look at Silas. However, you may look at Molly the Red, who is the other person who is there. This female is rowdy, coming up. I've got 20 crown for whoever can outdrink me.
Cute.
Oh dear.
And you see a bunch of these people just put the old hats here, who these people are professional drinkers who come into this tavern all the time. They put their hand over their eyes, and it's like this is a normal thing, and they're not going to challenge her.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But then they
No.
they get a table. Those two get a table. They get some ale. They're drinking, snacking on pocket bacon, it looks like.
Speak of the devil.
So,
Um,
Miyagi, do you mind holding for a quick second? I want to ask the barkeep if they know of that performer. But after that, we could leave. Who are these two that entered? Have you seen them before?
I actually have. This is who we're supposed to be talking to.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'll be right over.
Okay.
All right, Mia, you go and you see that the barkeep is actually going to be a dwarven female. She has her hair down in braids, very almost a mouse-colored brown, with like Broomhilda type of braid that goes from her temples to the back of her head. Ah, yes. What can I do for you?
Oh, first of all, love the braids. They look beautiful.
Ah, thank you, lass.
So, I had a question.
I might have an answer.
Very, very witty. So, I saw there was a performer on the stage earlier when I first entered.
Ah,
Do you
yes.
know who that is?
Ah, yes. That is Clovis Rothshire. He comes in town every now and then. We get a nice little boost of the boost the air club, as it would seem. Many
Hey,
women come to see him.
he is definitely a curious fellow.
Eh, As long as he gives me, he brings in the crown, I am all good with it.
Chance, do you know how I may be able to find him?
At this point in time, your best bet is with another man's woman.
Oh, ha. He's that type.
Absolutely nothing but trouble there, lass. Don't
Do you
go
have
barking
any
up there.
other- Oh no, that's not my intentions. But by chance, does he have another show that he'll be playing?
Not tonight. He's here for another one more night, and then we buggering off somewhere.
So he is going to be playing tomorrow,
Aye,
or at least be here.
he'll be playing tomorrow. He better be. I'm paying him coin to.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Ah, you're welcome, lass.
And I
Be careful with that crowd. They already busted down my damn door.
I pass her a silver. I'm like, thank you so much.
You see it, and her hand goes to her chest, and the silver is gone. The moon is gone.
The moon. Oh yeah, the moon. Sorry.
The
Yep.
moon has set between the crevasse of the valley.
Absolutely.
That's Joey.
So,
I go back over to Miyagi.
all right, Miyagi, as you're approaching this table, you see that this female that you have not met before. Her feet up are on the table. She's swigging down ale. And sorry, I am getting up so I can get my ale. Um,
Gotta have props.
and you see Silas is just leaning back, one shoulder over his chair. He sees you, takes a moment, but then instantly recognizes you. Ah, meow. How you doing?
Quick
Oh wait,
question.
no, he does
You
not recognize
You
you.
wouldn't
He
recognize
does
me,
not.
yeah.
You looked like Cezanne. So,
I did. I
alrighty.
did.
So backtrack on that. So Molly will. This female will say, we got a challenger. You here to outdrink me, there, cat?
Oh no, I'm not much of a drinker. I just came because Silas, is it? I'm gonna look towards.
He looks you up and down. Do I know you, friend?
My friend Cezanne. She spoke to you recently about an opportunity.
Cezanne. It's a short one.
The
Got the
little
hair with
known
all the
girl.
split ends.
Oh yeah.
I will kill you.
His disguised self was not perfect, so
Is Mia with me at this point?
yes, Mia would have come up at this point.
I'm gonna pull out a chair for Mia, and then I'm gonna. Oh, may we sit?
Molly will kick out the chair that her foot is by. Her feet are still up on the table. Sure, have a seat. We always can have time. We take time for Captain Talia's passengers, if that's what you're looking for.
Well, we were
Hello
actually
there.
looking to possibly help. We do have a minotaur, as I'm sure my friend mentioned earlier. And we were just hoping if perhaps you have enough room for, and yeah, I'm going to start counting myself. So Mia, Anna, Dotson. Yeah,
Of course.
about five or six. Including a horse, if that's. But
and this is Molly speaking. Silas is definitely taking a subservient type of role in this conversation. Both of you pick up on that. Well, depends. Are they all going to be working? And what type of skills do they have? And did you mention the horse?
Oh yes, I just did.
Okay.
Well, Cezanne, the little gnome, and myself were more of arcane practitioners.
You got any skills in wind or water?
The Minotaur does. He always knows where north is.
Okay, we got that, but what about your magic users?
I'd have to confer with Cezanne. She
Okay.
doesn't really tell me all that much what she can do.
Fair enough.
She likes to keep her secrets. But,
And what about you there, Missy? Looks over to Mia. What are your skills?
I'm a paladin. I can serve as protection on the waters. If things happen, if there's pirates, if there's
Plenty of
any
pirates
sort of
there.
trouble,
Plenty of
I'll
pirates.
be there to lend a hand.
All right, we can use some more defenders. That might work out there. So you got.
And our Minotaur friend's actually a cleric. He can cure wounds.
That might be good. All right, how much are you thinking? And how long do you want to stay? Do you want to become members of the crew, or?
That would I'd have to have a discussion with them. But honestly, I think personally,
She raises her eyebrows a little bit at this point.
as long as we can provide ourselves useful, coin. He rubs the back of his head. Maybe 5
Intelligence check or
Crown
something
a
to
day?
know how much is a fair
Yeah,
price.
like is it? I don't.
You
know.
have no idea.
It says
You have
5.
no history. All right. Well,
Wait. What,
Would Mia?
Real quick question.
Yes.
So exactly, because I may have missed it in one of the previous conversations. What are we trying to accomplish here?
trying to, it seems like, join the crew of the Sapphire Cathedral.
To get Joey's character out of town.
Okay, so our main goal is to get Joey out of town.
Right. Now, you could buy passage, or you could work and possibly get paid.
Exactly.
Well,
And they're asking for pay as well.
Right.
Or asking for possible pay.
right, and that's what they're wondering about your skills and all that. So, here's the lowdown. This is Molly speaking. We've got a shipment. Your horse can definitely fit. We got some other livestock we're transporting, but we have to travel south, and those waters are extremely dangerous. You got a lot of pirates, a lot of slavers working there. So we expect to come into a fight, but the cathedral can outrun most people. So having a minotaur on hand would help. Now, are you looking to try to stay with the crew, or are you trying to just disembark?
I don't think a majority of the party would want to stay with the crew. I think this is just going to be a one-time thing.
All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
I can't speak for all, though.
Well, I'll do it like this. And again, Captain Talia, she has the final say.
Absolutely.
With that many people and providing space and feed for your horse, and it's a one-off, but you have a cleric and you have a minotaur, and she's doing some calculations. All right, we will pay you each 150 crown upon completion.
You see a little gnome foot just kind of like burst through the ceiling.
However, that is upon a successful completion of unloading our cargo. If we lose some of our cargo to attacks and all that, your price is going to go down. That's everybody's price goes down. That's how we work things on the ship.
That makes sense. As the leader of this group, I find it agreeable.
All right. Well, we're setting off tomorrow. You going to be ready?
Tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning.
What time?
Dawn.
Dawn? Okay. I shall grab my merry band of friends and we shall meet you there.
Fair enough.
I'm going to stick out my paw. my
She'll-
right paw.
She'll clasp it. Strong, hearty handshake. All right. See you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Silas, it's time to go find a fight. He just shakes his head. Don't make me bail you out of jail again, Molly. And they get up and leave.
Should we go inform the others? I didn't hear a word you just said, Crystal.
I
let's
said
head back up.
let's head back up.
Okay.
All right.
So we
Elsen's
do.
pouting in her cot.
You guys make it back upstairs. You see Elkson is pouting. Handir is just shaking his head. Suzanne is pacing back and forth.
So
So
good
what
news,
word do you
everyone.
have?
We leave tomorrow morning at dawn, and upon a successful voyage, 150 crown to each of us.
Cha-ching.
Oh,
150
So-
crown, you said.
For each of us. We're basically hired hands to ensure that it's not destroyed or that we lose anything, but we are
Yes.
heading south.
Suzanne. I mean,
Thank you.
Elson.
Elson.
Sorry about that.
go. Sean does the same thing all the time.
I know,
So-
and we constantly get mixed up.
Yeah.
Elson is
Their
still
names are
quite.
fairly different.
Elkson is still quite
Personality
upset. She does not understand what I'm trying to tell her.
So, team, there is a very important stipulation. And this goes hand in hand with the crew. we do get the 150 crown if we make sure that none of their cargo goes missing. These seas are going to be very, very dangerous ones to pass. Pirates, slavers, and possibly even worse.
Can I have them roll a perception check?
Sure,
Everyone else in the room.
absolutely. And the difficulty would be a 10. Not
Well,
very difficult, I would say.
Yeah.
I got
Unless you would like to do a
H12.
deception.
No. So basically, Tyler, any of y'all who bother to look at Alexa and see her like clench and tense up at the mention of slavers?
All terrible people, but if
I'm in.
they do, good. If they do get a hold of any of this cargo or anything goes missing, then our pay goes down. So priority number one, secure the
Sean.
cargo.
We lost to Sean. Sean will be back and our cameras will be fixed. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
We're glitched. There we go.
So what Mia is saying is, don't fuck anything up, don't misplace anything, and we all get paid 150 crown.
I stopped listening after 150 crown.
You good at night watch? I can see pretty far.
Okay.
Oh, do you
Um,
mention they have
Their
space for
cargo?
the horse?
Mia already did. I
Okay.
asked about it like 3 times.
Okay. So, dawn is only a few hours away. You guys have been at night for a while now. However, the nights are definitely long because it is late in the year. Do you guys do anything else tonight before heading off to bed?
I want to have
I
a
will-
quick chat with Elkson.
You see her like groan as she goes to get back up out of the cot as soon as she laid down.
And then I'm gonna have a quick check with Hundir.
All right. Suzanne and Elkson, go for it.
Elkson, I have a question for you. You mentioned before that your parents were their freedom was purchased. I
The
don't
guy
think I've
that
quite.
I was looking for. And she pulls out the sketch again. He's the one that freed my mom.
And this is what you're questing for, is to find this man.
Yeah, to ask him why, to thank him, to see if there's a way I can repay him for saving my mom and myself.
The need to do good is just deeply embroiled in you, isn't it? That's not a bad thing. I don't mean to take a jibe. Listen,
License questioning?
what I'm gonna pull out the green book and I'm gonna open to a page further in it. I don't quite have the skill for this yet, but there is a spell here that will eventually allow me to scry, so to speak. If we haven't found your savior by then,
I need you to roll a perception check, please.
oh wow!
Natural one.
I'm using
I'm
D&D. I'm using D&D Beyond from this point.
You miss a big clue. Go ahead, continue.
So, yes, apparently this book is gibberish for me at the moment. But once I master this spell, it would be my honor to help you find this person.
Elkson, you may roll a perception check with disadvantage. Say again?
7.
Good to know.
I have no idea what this is
Meowgy,
regarding.
have you been looking over my shoulder this entire time?
No, he is not.
No, I've been in my book.
Okay, fine, whatever. But yes, I made my offer to Elkson.
I really appreciate that.
Phone,
No.
I hate you.
I'm not entirely heartless, I promise you. Just in a bit of a rough circumstance at the moment.
It Is this across the room?
Yes.
I'm assuming. Okay. Can I hear this conversation?
Yes.
Without rolling a check?
I'll try.
At
and
least
help
you know your parents.
One of them. Only one.
You still know one.
Yep.
Hey,
Probably dead now.
relax.
Suzanne,
All
I
of
will
you.
try and help protect you in exchange.
Appreciates it.
All right. Handir and Mia.
Oh dear.
Yes.
You said that you knew that man who was playing on the stage. What did you know of him?
I just look around as I try to fix my phone again. It hates me today. I swear to God. But then again, when doesn't it?
It's not a stream until your phone falls over.
Yay! Or until Joey gets a 1.
Or several.
This is 3 streams then.
You saw that man's eyes, yeah? The purple eyes?
Purple. Yeah, the purple.
Is that
Hmm.
weird?
You don't recognize those eyes from a certain somebody?
Who would I
Well,
Oh,
Do you
the
have-
Not-
kid.
not. I'll head
Harmless
downstairs.
kid.
You're welcome to come along with me, Mia. I have to go get Gila kids anyway.
Okay, I follow.
Bring back ale.
Most of the stores would probably be closed. This is getting to be like almost 10, 11 at night.
I know, but I just needed an excuse to step out of the room.
Okay. So you and Mia step out of the room.
I'll head downstairs to like outside the inn real quick.
Okay, so what is it?
The guy's eyes. We saw someone similar not that long ago. In fact, we helped their family not that long ago.
Was I not around?
You were.
No.
This was like the out of character, the farmer dude.
No,
Mia
Mia was
not.
already gone.
Yeah,
by
Mia
the
was
time
gone.
that happened.
Yep.
Yeah, Mia was gone.
Okay.
Mia left in the
Yeah.
dungeon or
In
something.
the dungeon.
Well, back after you left, we helped out a man by the name of Hamish and his family to a town that was attacked by gnolls, but one of his kids also had those purple eyes. Now, we speculated that one of the kids did not belong to Hamish, but I didn't expect to run into the true father of the kid here.
Sense if this guy sleeps around a lot, based on the accounts that I gathered from the bar meeting. So,
Alora was the
why
kid's
is
name.
this important?
Well, maybe he wants to know how one of his children are doing, perhaps? Or perhaps at least they want to offer some sort of closure to Alora.
I mean, I'm just trying to gather information on him. He hasn't really reached out to any of us, has he?
Well, no. But then again, maybe he doesn't know that Alora is around because the person that is Alora's mother is with Hamish.
So, Alora is the kid's name,
Yes.
right? Okay, thank you. I'm probably gonna see him tomorrow before we head out.
You're
That
supposed
would
to.
be best.
You're supposed to head out
I
at
guess.
dawn.
At dawn? Ooh.
Yeah.
Some threads keep dangling.
Hey?
Well, that's all I can recognize from the local bard around here. I didn't want to mention around someone like Elkson, seeing how, well, hot-headed she got at the alchemist. She has a good heart, but she doesn't understand the idea that sometimes a path cannot be unforged. Like a blade. You can alter it to keep it straight, but eventually it bends to a part where not even you can control.
Miss your analogies. Well, I'm gonna go back to bed.
All right.
That
I'll
was
head back
rude.
in.
I'm sorry. No, I'm realizing that it's late, and then I'm like, Mia in her head, she's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna get this chance now. Because, Mia was kind of pushed into this boat thing. Like she said she wanted to hang out, but then everyone's already like, "Hey, so Mia's coming along. We're doing this."
Hey,
Like, okay.
dealing with your last thing, maybe you need to take a step away to get some clarity.
Exactly.
So,
And I think that's her mindset right now, where she's just like, I might need this.
sounds good. Suzen, Elkson, Miyagi, what are you doing during this conversation?
I do want to have an RP moment with Miyagi. And if you don't mind, and Elkson, if
free.
you want to chime in, by all means, go ahead. Miyagi, come here.
Okay, all right.
I want you to
Yeah.
hold your hands like this. And then repeat after me. And I'm going to slowly guide him through the motions of how to do detect magic as a ritual.
Okay.
Okay.
So just like that, and what you want to focus on is the thread of ether that surrounds all magical connotation. Picture it like a ribbon. Whatever color you like, it really doesn't matter. And you'll soon discover that all threads connect somehow. And when you master that connection, that allows you to see the magic that's around you.
With the aid of Suzen, you're able to complete the ritual of detect magic, and you can see magical equations start to formulate a glow around two of Suzen or Elkson's objects, and you can almost see the equations, and that's conjuration, but you don't know what the other one is.
I don't know what the other one is.
Yep.
The rock, right?
Yep.
Take time to attune
Yeah.
to the rock. I'm gonna attune to the rock.
You're tuned to the rock. Understood.
We're just anxiously watching you as you're attuning.
Yeah.
It's like Alex is just sitting there trying to figure out what it does.
You
Like, that's how she attunes to it. Like
you feel it's a lucky rock. It's a lucky rock.
I'm utterly disappointed.
Well, I appreciate you for showing me that.
state of my D&D beyond inventory, otherwise I would.
No, that's the incorrect item. I will be sending you the right item.
Okay.
Do you perchance know how to disguise yourself?
It's in this book, but I haven't quite mastered that spell yet.
Okay. So, you need a little bit of makeup. I hope you're cool with that. And I'm just going to pull out a thing of lipstick and just boop, boop. And I turn myself into Hondir.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, but Hondir's taller than me, right? Like, I'm like...
Yes, Hondir is definitely taller than you.
But I think category size-wise, is Hondir large or is he still medium?
He's still
I think
medium.
he's medium. So
disguise
Wash-
self is a foot taller or smaller than yourself. So if
Oh.
it's more than a foot, I think it'll be off.
Check your Discord there, Elkson.
Ah, okay.
So,
Be sure to do those modifiers.
Modifiers.
watch this. Watch this. It only changes my physical appearance. But as you can see, Hondir's taller than me, so therefore, I'm going to stick my hand in the illusion.
And that doesn't hurt.
No, it just makes it seem as though I'm that tall, but honestly, there's a little bit of space. I'm just going to be waving my hand through the illusion. See?
That's so interesting. So I'm going to pull out my compact from the Enchantress Sephora. And I'm going to go ahead and try this spell.
Okay. 1 second. All right, so you're going to try with Miyagi's help. You can,
Mhm.
for RP purposes, complete the spell.
Ah. So I'm a really short Hondir.
No. Well, yeah, actually, yeah.
Three stages of Hondir. There's Hondir, and then there's slightly smaller Hondir with Miyagi, and then there's slightly smaller Hondir.
That is funny.
Please
Did I
tell me
do it?
Hondir walks in the room.
Alexen looks up from attuning to the rock to see two Hondir and is very confused.
Oh, hello.
You see Elkson like clutching this rock very hard.
Is everything okay?
Why are you Hondir?
Oh, I'm gonna drop it. Oh, I was showing her something that way in case she thinks people are following her. She can change herself.
Putting the rock away.
Do you do it subtly?
Just as talking. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you possessed by another magical item, dear?
Been possessed.
You? Yes?
Wasn't somebody possessed? Or something? Am I making that up?
Absolutely.
Are you possessed by a
Yeah.
magical item, dear?
Oh, not that I know of.
Would you know if you were?
I would like to think so.
There you go. Check that out. All right.
Did we even bother identifying that?
We did not. She attuned to it. And now she's acting very weird.
You're
Right.
muted.
Ooh.
Oh, what was that, Elkson?
I'm not though. I just put it away.
You're giving me BBEG energy right now.
BPEG.
Chased a kid into freaking dangerous storm drains.
He had
Armin?
a goal. And I gave him some money, so like the other day they went for a run and made 15
You
crown
didn't
off
kill
of
the
it.
kid.
I almost died. Okay?
Does anybody do anything else for this evening?
Nope.
Are me and Mia back upstairs yet, or we're still
Yes.
outside?
Absolutely upstairs, and you see two miniature versions of you.
What the hell happened here?
Oh,
Is
we're trying an experiment.
They're trolling for dwarf girls.
Where's our ale?
Nobody got it.
Everyone's probably asleep. I just had a word with Mia about the bard. Why are you two disguised as me?
You're
More
the most
importantly,
attractive.
I'm fairly sure that your god does not like lying.
Do
So
you
I've
not
come
realize
here
how
to
late it is, Suzanne?
Oh, we should probably get some rest, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So you all bed down for the night. Mia, during your rest, you toss and turn. You're fighting in the same battle with the undead, the one that actually got you your knighthood. You have Josoth there. He's at your back, protecting you with his shield when you have to, and you doing the same thing, moving your shield to block a hit against him. You can feel the blessing of Bahamut on you, and know that your path is righteous. But then you start to remember, you dream of memories of this last trip, and how harsh Josoth has become. And instantly you're back in that battle with the undead, but this time your feet, it's in a swamp, and you're having trouble moving forward, and you're having trouble battling. And it's instantly apparent when you try to move to block a blow to Josoth, you can't get to him, and he gets struck. And he looks at you with disappointment and anger as you see him raise his sword up. And that ends your dream. Elkson, you just have a restless night because of the one word that was uttered. And you dream of what your imagination would be about your mother's journey and her trials and tribulations. I'm going to leave that up to you, how Elkson would imagine that. Cezanne, you wake up multiple times in the night and check the window and check the door and go back. You, for the restless sleep that you get, you remember having your hair burnt, having your clothes try to constrict you magically, them forcing you to vomit in front of everyone. The ultimate Mean Girls, exponential Mean Girls. And you're remembering all that and like, oh fuck no, they're not getting this book back. Because you see that one professor laughing and smiling at your suffering. Miyagi, you dream of darkness, of shadow. You're lying in a pool of utter blackness. It's like water, but it's not wet. And it's getting darker and surrounding you until you can't see your hand in front of your face. It is nothing but shadow. Hundir, you dream as well. You hear the forge. You hear the hammering of the hammer against the anvil. Poof, poof, poof. You see arms and armor being completed, more intricate, over and over, and you see this suit of armor start from a gauntlet and go into a full plate, and you get the distinct feeling that Morden wants you to grow, wants you to gain power, and that something is coming. So, on that note, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. See you guys soon. Hope you're enjoying the story so far. Be back soon. said right as Joey's eating. And they can hear us. How's everybody doing? So,
Oh,
for our clarification, real quick, we are actually going to end our session tonight. I know it's a little bit early, but the reason being is that there is going to be an RP moment that I do not want to push further back, so it won't be as genuine between our AFK player, Ath, and our returning player, Mia. So I want to make sure we get that done. Plus, this is a kind of a bonus episode anyway, because we're not really. This is our first Sunday night, and we got to get used to staying up a little bit later on Sunday.
And you guys already had one on Thursday, right?
Yeah, we had one on Thursday, so this is kind of a bonus episode. So,
The return of Mia.
the return of Mia. So we're gonna
it's a filler episode.
we're gonna end our episode how we end all of our episodes. Bitches, gripes, complaints, comments, questions answered. Starting with autistic gamer Sean this time.
This was definitely a fun RP session, and I feel like that Hundir is going to have to teach Elkson a few things.
Anything else, Sean?
No, this is definitely going to be an interesting character arcs for everybody, though. Seeing where that's going to lead, and now that we're learning more about Suzanne, maybe she's becoming friendlier to us now, since she's opening up more.
That, or she just knows her chances of survival is a lot more with a group than solo.
Perhaps, but only Morndir knows what Suzanne's path has been forged into.
Exactly. Oh, and case in point, in your dream, you did not see any weapons being made, but armor being made. Important, fact there.
Distinction.
Exactly. So, next up, we have our duo group, but I'm going to go from the left to the right. So, we're going to start with Damien the DM because they just put an onion ring in their mouth.
Funyun.
Funyun.
Rings. And it was a piece of one, so I was already done.
Damn.
Nice try, big bro. But I like that this session was almost entirely RP. And I feel like none of it was really wasted time RP either. Like, we got the stuff done with Stragus. We had scolding of multiple characters for various reasons. Like, we got to learn more about Suzanne. Elkson disclosed some more about herself. So, I'm tense to see what's about to happen.
Yes. Mia.
So I think this was a great way. Oh, can you mute your mic? I am hearing myself double. Perfect, thank you. I think this was a great way to introduce Mia again. I have that perfect level of intrigue and like there's all these mysteries. I want to find out what's happened thus far, and after the backstory that you gave Mia, I'm just like, you know what, Mia needs a little bit of a break. So this seems like a perfect kind of like segue for her in her main mission.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot of people really know of Mia's main mission, but once we do the character introductions, I'm just saying, whenever I introduce my character.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
I'm trying to figure out where Pink is on the stream. Is she to this way or this way?
Directly underneath.
Directly underneath you.
I'm right under you.
Okay.
I'm like, hi.
Interesting point of note there for you, Mia, is if you go to World Anvil and go to Jesradin, there is work done on the Justicar shield, which was that other order that we talked about. So there's some history there that you would know.
Gotcha.
All right. Next is going to be Jay in Demand.
I just want to applaud everybody because not only did we have a lot of RP, it was good quality RP. Like, I felt like it was good. So applause to everybody tonight for doing the thing. But yeah, like Damien said, I don't feel like there was a wasted opportunity tonight. Like, it was good RP, it was good character development, and yeah, I think we set a good stage for going forward.
All right. And Meowgi.
I think this was great. Definitely some good RP moments. Let's just point it out. Hondir was probably the best at RPing tonight. He had a lot he had to say. And I'm glad that Mia's back. I'm interested to see how she melds with the rest of the group now that she's sort of gone and come back. And I'm curious to see the interaction, the upcoming interaction.
Yes.
That's what I'm really looking forward to. Um, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I'm excited to see where the story takes us.
And it's going to take you to a map that is not the Grand Duchy of Brendan. You're
Yeah,
going outside the country.
we're foreigners now.
So, well, most of you are foreigners anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for everybody who came to watch. Our new schedule is, and it will be on the Twitch channel and all that. We will be playing this campaign every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that we have this Sunday. Next Sunday, we are taking a week off, so I can do my other game that I am doing. I might stream that, I might not. And then the following Sunday, we will be back with Divine Heresy. And every single one of these players will learn what their dream meant. Just not next session. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.